Hello.
Hey, it's Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Um, we're calling Adamo this week,
Yes.
and he is very talkative, and I'm very excited to talk to him. So I think we should call him right now.
All right. Um, you want me to do it, right?
Without further ado.
All right. Canceling all ado. Here we go. Beep beep boop boop beep beep.
Hello?
Hi,
Hey,
Adamo.
Adamo.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing. How are you?
Not too bad.
What are you shooting today?
We're shooting. I actually have a big scene with Stacy. Me and her got a little bit of an emotional scene. We get to be close. It's exciting.
Awesome.
What's the deal? So, was it the top five or something?
Yeah, this is about your five picks, your five favorite Degrassi episodes. And we just wanted to get your take on like why those were your favorite episodes and what you remember about them and stuff like that.
All right, cool.
So, do you remember which five you picked? Do you want? Should we?
Say the titles to me. I'm pretty sure I do, but I don't want to like go on a rant about one, and I didn't even pick that one.
All right. The five were Basketball Diaries,
Okay.
Drive,
Okay.
Pride,
Yep.
Time Stand Still, and
Yep.
Together Forever.
All right, cool.
Okay,
All right,
awesome.
so let's just like start at the beginning here. So you picked Basketball Diaries, which is extremely interesting because you weren't even on the show then.
Yeah, I picked that one. Basically, I have a little personal reason why I picked it. Just because it was my first Degrassi episode I've ever seen, like Next Generation episode I've ever seen in my life.
No
So,
way.
yeah, and I saw it right before I was going out to audition for the show. So it was weird. It was weird. I was like, oh, so this show is actually legit. It's on TV. And yeah, that's basically why it's my favorite because it was the first one I saw. So every time I look back at it, I think like, wow. I remember this
Like,
time where I had no clue what the show was about.
what were your impressions like knowing that you were going to go audition for it? Did it,
Well, well, I was a little nervous. Well, my impressions was I was surprised how young everybody was, and I thought like, oh my gosh, everyone's so young. That means like maybe I actually have a chance at getting this show. So it was cool. Like I liked the first thought I got to my mind was like, oh my god, this is like a Canadian 90210. How exciting is that?
did you know Marco's storyline before you auditioned?
I was gutting out my room the other day cleaning, and I actually found my first audition sheet, and I read it. It's just a little. It was just a neutral monologue. I had no clue. And after in like the callbacks, I was getting a little closer to the producers and they were talking to me in terms of what the character's about. They gave me a little bit of a heads up as to where they were thinking of taking it. I don't even think they even knew. So I had no clue that he was going to be the full out gay like icon of the show. That wasn't.
And I forgot to ask Miriam this last week, but when you talked about how young everybody looks in it, when you guys watch these like the old shows, is it sort of like seeing like a weird old yearbook from junior high, and you're like, oh my God, I look so
Oh my
awkward.
God. It is. It is a yearbook. That's exactly how I describe it. Like me and the cast, always look at each other like, oh my God, our awkward puberty days are forever caught on tape. Forever. They will forever be broadcast throughout the world. And yeah, it is. It is because it is like a high school here, right? Because we all known each other for like 5, 6 years, and we've grown up together in a fake high school environment. And that's like looking at all the episodes it is going through the yearbook. Like remember that time? Remember that time we were hanging out in the gym? Remember that time when we shot the scene in like the Dot? And remember that time we were on location for that? It's definitely like a whole like let's look back at our lives, and then we're like, oh my God, how ugly and young are we right now? That's what we think. We're like, look at us, ew! I can't believe I was on TV looking in that way. Like me with my braces days, and oh, just horrible times. But we came out alive.
Speaking of braces, let's talk about Drive. That was your second
Drive.
pick, right?
Yeah, Drive was definitely one of my favorite of that season for personal and like also like artistic reasons. Personal just because it was my first like it was like my first line on the show. It was my first like my character got to encounter with other characters and be in a full storyline, and so it's like special to me because I look back, I'm like, this is where it all began. Because I had a little part in the second episode of the third episode of the second season, but I just did some random dance thing, made a fool out of myself, and didn't speak.
Right.
So the fifth season, like the fifth episode called Drive, it was just a guarantee that I was a part of the cast and that I was here a part of this Degrassi franchise thing, and so I look back on it and it's like I'm like, this is where it all began. So that's kind of special to me in terms
And
of
it's
how the
also
episode.
like it's the moment where we learn that Marco is going to be the voice of reason. in general.
Yeah, exactly. I really got to for the first time see how my character was. It was the first bit of info I got to start to build a character that's lasted 5 years. So, yeah, this is the first time we see responsible, good Marco. Oh, he's just so good. And I also loved the episode because it was just so much fun to shoot. Not only was my first major episode, but we got to be on location, driving in cars, and being in Toronto, and it was my first taste of having people stop and look and what are they shooting and who are you guys and all that kind of stuff. And it was just great. It was us four guys just in the streets of Toronto in a car driving around, and on a car that's sitting on a truck driving around. And it was just such a fun episode to shoot. When I look back on it, I look at how much fun we had. And I think that really translated on the episode because we're all had great chemistry together. So
cool.
Awesome.
So Pride. This was a big one.
This is the epic Marco episode.
Yeah, Pride Part 1 and 2. That was, to me, that is the stories that will forever hold Marco up as the gay character of Degrassi. I mean, it was a huge two-parter, which was a ginormous responsibility. I was so scared when I first read it because I was holding not just one episode but 2 episodes. And to this day, I think it was one of the best written episodes on Degrassi. And Aaron Martin wrote it, and it was just beautiful. It was just beautifully written, and it was the first time I really got to not just, learn a little bit more about Marco, but I had to actually put it in 100% action. I went from everything from I got to explore being beaten up, crying, screaming, and then just being a teenager. And it was just such a great, juicy storyline for me. It just really challenged me, and it really kind of helped me pull my game up there and think, hey, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can be an actor. Maybe I can do all this stuff. And it was definitely a huge challenge for me. It was this will be the episodes that will show me if this is what I want to do with my life and if I can do it well. And at the same time, too, this is really important. I spoke to my producer, and she said she always wanted to have explore gay storylines, and she never could in the old show, and this is really important to her. So, I mean, I had a lot of expectations that I had to meet up to, including my own, which were pretty high. So after those episodes were done, and I look back at them every time, I'm just so proud of them. I'm really proud of them, and to this day, I think that if I had to take 2 episodes away, an episode, we'll just say episode away from Degrassi, I would take that with me because those were what I think the top of the top of Marco's stories. All the angst, all the drama, and everything, and I just love the way it was written.
What does it mean to you that, I mean, for some people out there, that episode probably changed their lives, or emotionally at least?
Yeah.
Do you ever hear from fans about that? And
oh, for sure. Yeah. No, that was. I think it was just such a great episode because it was Marco's self-discovery, which after everybody watched, everyone had their first self-discovery as well. Teenagers dealing with that issue, and so it was overwhelming for me. When we went on the mall tours after those episodes aired, and I think we went on the mall tours the next year, and having these kids come up to me and saying I watched your episodes and I thought I was alone, and I came out to my best friend because of that, or I've come out to my family, and they just had such a glimpse of hope in their eyes, and just so genuinely touched by these 2 episodes. And here I am whoa, what just happened here? This morning I was just in Toronto and doing nothing special, and now I'm here in wherever I was, LA and across North America, and talking with these kids that I had such a big impact on.
So let's talk about season 4. You picked Time Stands Still, which everybody talks about as one of the most important episodes. But I think it's interesting that you picked it because Marco doesn't have a huge role in this.
No, he doesn't. My character was actually not even there. I picked it because I think it just really is symptomatic of what Degrassi is all about. I mean, that is what this show is all about. We're really trying to tell these stories in dramatic ways and potentially scare people. Really give them a really shocking wake-up call as to what's happening in our world and in our schools. We tried to teach people out there, kids and parents alike, that this is the kind of violence that we have to deal with in our lives, in our society, in our schools, and which is scary for parents. And it's definitely scary for us teenagers who are in high school, and seeing it come to life on set and seeing it actually enacted here, I think we got to experience the same feeling that the viewers got to experience. You know, the viewers had that shock, and so did we. While we were watching the scenes, when I watched that first episode, I think for the first time in my life working on Degrassi, I really felt like a viewer disconnected from the show, sitting there like, what just happened? That was absolutely shocking. And and Aubrey did a brilliant job. You know, we actually all watched the episode together, like the little Degrassi community here. All of us here at Epitome, we all got together and we watched a screening of it, and it was really scary. You know, afterwards we're all like hugging Aubrey, and because you know it really hit close to home for a lot of us. People were crying and hugging Aubrey, and he was like, "Whoa!"
I was gonna ask, was anyone crying?
Yeah, for sure. Because you know Aubrey's like grandmother and mother was there, and a lot of our parents were there, and it was done so well that it was just so real that it was absolutely just petrifying to me. And I was really proud to be a part of, you know, a show that could do that. I really was. And it's true. I wasn't in that episode, but I'm still so proud of it like it was my own, because this is, you know, Degrassi is like all of us. It's our little franchise here, and we were all so proud to have that show air. And to this day, I mean, it's a really memorable episode. So.
Right.
So next would be Together Forever from season 5.
Yeah. Oh, I love that episode. I really loved that episode because it was just so much fun to shoot all of us together, and we make such a good little combo. You know, me and Stace, and you know, Jake and Shane, and like us together, we just catch so many jokes, and so it was just great to shoot. But in terms of the episode, I just thought it was such an amazing message for teenagers out there, because I was going through the exact same thing that could totally relate to that episode in the exact moment that we were filming it. Was toward the end when Ellie says to, you know, Craig, like, look, this is your dream. Just go take ownership of it. Don't worry about us. And I was at a point where all my friends were going away to university, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, I'm the only one in Toronto right now because I'm acting, and all my friends are all over the world and all over Canada, and I'm here alone, feeling so lonely. And then until I, you know, that episode actually woke me up saying, you know, we're all different. We've all grown up, you know. It's time for, like, everybody to go in their own direction and everyone to go follow their own thing. Because back in high school, you know, you go to grade 9 together, you do summer together, you get summer jobs together, you go to grade 10 together. It's like you're going, like, you see what you're going to do for the next 3-4 years, and you're doing it with the same people every year. Now all of a sudden you're done high school, and some people are going off to work, some people are going off to university, some people are moving away for good, and you're thinking, wow, we can't do this all together. Like, we genuinely have to now split up and kind of do our own thing. So that last scene where we're all hugging Craig goodbye as he goes off was just awesome. I really connected with that scene and with that whole episode. And I thought it was just a great message for kids out there. It wasn't deep. Nobody was getting shot. No one was getting gay bashed. It was, and it really helped me, like, deal with all my friends moving away because I was so lonely. I was, like, so depressed and everything. I think out of all the Degrassi episodes, it's ironic because it's really not a big significant one, but that one really actually helped me in my life. Helped me, like, deal with the problem in my life. I know, it's so nice and sweet, but it's true. It's true. It really helped me feel, you know, a little better. So I really loved that episode. I thought it was great.
It just goes to show, it's like sometimes the biggest drama is like the littlest things, or the things that happen to everyone. It just, like, because it happens to everyone, it is the biggest deal, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why in Degrassi we always try to put out some little simple episodes out there, is because not everybody's going through these big ginormous things. Sometimes the most significant thing is the smallest thing.
We wanted to ask you about your birthday party because Stacy was on here a couple weeks ago telling us that you're going to have a Cars-themed birthday party.
Yeah,
so
I did.
I'm dying to know how it went.
Aren't I such a nerd? Oh my
You're
God,
awesome.
Stacy pretty much called you a nerd outright to the entire listening
Yeah, she
audience.
called me a loser?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she always does. Whatever. She loves me. But, yeah, no, it was exciting. Come on. Like, I was dying to see that movie. I'm all about animation. Like, I love animated, like, movies that come out. So I went with a bunch of friends, and we did the whole thing. We went to, like, a 3D IMAX theater or whatever, and put our little 3D glasses on and, like, watch Cars. It was freaking brilliant. It was, like, the most brilliant experience of my life. So we had so much fun together. Yeah, it was awesome. And then afterwards, we all went out and just had pizza. And I honestly had, like, a grade 5 birthday party. I felt like such a loser. And I actually gave my friends loop eggs after because I was playing to that theme. They're all like, Adamo, man, too much time on your hands. Do something. I'm like, dude. Anyway, I hope that helped.
Yeah.
Oh my God, tremendously. And
Sorry, I
you
talk
know,
so much. I apologize.
That's
no,
all
we
right.
love it. Makes our jobs easy. But I hope we get to see you again soon in New York or something. I know,
Yeah,
well,
well,
Ultimate
we're off
Degrassi's
to New
coming up
York too. We're coming to New York.
Right.
for the Ultimate Degrassi party, right?
All of us will be there. The girls, me, the guys, the cast will just be great.
All right, that's it. I'm going to New York.
Party time. Yeah, you
Totally.
gotta come to the Big NY and chill with us because we're like little Toronto City kids and we're always so excited to be there. So we really want to party.
Awesome. All right, well,
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Take care, Adamo.
Yeah, you too. And I will see you soon.
Okay, bye.
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 You know, we totally have to get into that party.
I know, and I think people think we're kidding that we can't get in, but we can't get in.
No, it's entirely true that we said, can we go to this party? And we were told, no.
No.
It wasn't even like, well, let me check. It was like, no.
You know what? Worst case scenario, I think we should just go to New York and stand outside and like just be fans with everyone else who can't get in.
I have a better plan.
Okay.
Let's just make a video. Let's just enter our own contest. You and I, we can make a video. We're talented people. And we can enter in the sweepstakes, and we'll win. And,
Oh my God, how hilarious would that be? If like, we're Seth and Mary, and we deserve to go to the party because we work here.
Yeah, all right, I like this plan. So next week, we are talking to.
Cassie.
All right,
Awesome.
talk to you next week.
All right, cool.
Bye.
Bye.